Hello everyone, this is Hillbilly Heath and I got another knife review for you. Tonight I want to talk about one of my absolute favorite designs. This is the Spyderco Manix 2. And as far as the modern knives go, this is like one of my absolute favorites. And for several reasons. And as most of you know, I mean, there's thousands of reviews on these, on both of these styles of knives, but I just kind of wanted to give my points and the things that draw me to this knife and why I love carrying this knife. Now there are some flaws with this knife, and I'll get into that, like with every knife. But for me personally, I love the Manix 2 from Spyderco. The two examples I got up here today. This one is a Knife Center exclusive. This is the Manix 2 lightweight in CTS XHP steel, as you can see. And this is just a basic S30V Manix 2 with some aftermarket Punisher glow-in-the-dark scales that I put on there, which I thought were kind of cool. But I believe you can get the basic model of this for like a little over $100, $105, $110. And I believe the basic model of this, of the lightweight, with the CTS BD1 steel, I believe it's around 80, 85, I'm not real sure. When I bought this one was 90, and I think this one was, like I said, just a little over $100, and then of course I had to pay for the scales and all that, but that's a whole different story. But the reason I absolutely love this knife, first of all, this one spends more time in my pocket because of it is the lightweight model. It is 3 ounces. For this big honking knife, 3 ounces. I love lightweight knives. If they can come in under 4 ounces, it's great. 3 ounces, it's amazing, especially for a knife this size. Now your regular Manix 2, it's right around 5 ounces, so it's about 2 ounces heavier, which is why this one is in my pocket more often. I carry this at work. I carry it if I'm just going out on the town, if I'm going on a hike. Just if I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the day, what kind of task I'm going to be dealing with, I'll stick this in my pocket. Like I said, it's lightweight. It's a very good slicer. I use it for food prep. I use it for carving wood. Just any kind of type of task you can think of for a knife, this excels at. I mean, a lot of different tasks. It even makes a good self-defense knife if you're, have to use it that way. You got great jimping on the back of the spine here, on the little hump. You got jimping up here on the forward finger choil, which is another thing that I really like on my folding knives. I love that forward finger choil, which allows me to, really get some detail work done. I love the wire clip on the lightweight, one of my favorite clips. The ball bearing lock is great. It's if you're familiar with the axis lock, it's similar. It's not as smooth as far as, it's a little more difficult to use. It's not as an easy pull because, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a spring in there, and then there's a little ball bearing that sits in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't have my flashlight with me right here, so I can't really show you. But there's a ball bearing in here that pushes up into the tang, and that spring is what forces in there. And that spring is a lot stronger than the Omega springs on the axis lock. but I mean, it works basically the same way. And you could make the point that it's stronger than the axis lock. But that mechanism's, I like it. It's fun to play with, and it's strong and serves the purpose very well. You got the same thing on the regular Manix too. You got the same jimping. The difference is you got it's kind of jimping right here and under here, which, I mean, it's not, it does grip just barely, but it's just kind of more aesthetic than anything. They kind of mock it on the lightweight version. I mean, it gives it a little texture, but the bidirectional that Spyderco does is very grippy, so that's good. So it's going to stay in your hand. Now on the regular Manix, you got regular G10, and it's pretty grippy. Now the ones I got on here is not as grippy. This is actually micarta, so it's not as grippy as the G10 that Spyderco uses, but it's still pretty good. Like I said, great slicers. Excel at a lot of tasks very well. Very good slicers. If I haven't already said that 10 times. But these are excellent slicers. I love the Manix 2 even more than my Spyderco PM2. And I'll kind of explain that a little bit why. Here's my PM2. First of all, the blade stock is thinner on the Manix, which makes it a little better slicer because it's taller also. But you also have a much stronger tip on the Manix than you do on your PM2. Now the PM2 is a little pocket scalpel. I mean, it's a very fine tip, but it's more prone to break, in my opinion, which on the Manix it's a little stronger. The main reason I picked the Manix over the PM2 is the ergonomics. This is the best folding knife in the hand that I own. It is absolutely amazing in the hand. It doesn't matter which grip, if you're choked up or if you're back, it feels awesome in the hand. And it's the same with both models. Actually, the regular Manix 2 feels a little better in the hand. But I mean, just absolutely, your hand, just all the humps and everything is right where they need to be for me. Just great. But I mean, for those reasons, that's why I choose it over my PM2. The one flaw, and it's not really a flaw, but the one complaint I guess I have with it is the thickness this way. In the pocket, that takes up a lot of real estate, that dimension. Now they're nice and thin this way, and they carry well, but just this dimension here, that's a lot. And that's the only thing I can really mark against this knife is that dimension in the pocket. It does take up some real estate. But when I'm carrying this one for 3 ounces, with only weighs 3 ounces, it's not that big a deal. I usually wear 511 tactical pants with the got the knife pocket anyway, so for me, this is what goes in there, and it's plenty big enough, so that doesn't really matter. But for me, but I'm in jeans or some other pants that don't have a designated knife pocket, that dimension can become a nuisance. Like I said, I carry this a lot. This knife is probably in my pocket as much, if not more, than all the rest of my knives combined. If I'm taking the dog out at night and I've just got some shorts on or whatever, this usually goes with me. You know, it's like I said, it's lightweight. I can clip it on inside my shorts, and you know, it doesn't not going to pull my shorts down or anything like that. I mean, so and hiking, if you're, you know, if every ounce counts, as far as, you know, the weight you're packing through the woods, this would be a great choice because it excels at a lot of tasks. It, you know, be good at skinning game, or, you know, filleting a fish or whatever. I mean, it just excels at a lot of things. It's kind of a jack of all trades. You know, it's not really a master of any one type of task that you use your knives for, but it excels at a lot of them. It's very good. What else can I say about these? I mean, I've had a lot of knives over my life, and this is my favorite modern design right now. Now, I'm sure there's a lot more out there that I haven't tried yet, and maybe there's something that can beat this, but I haven't found it yet. And once I do, I'll post a video saying, hey, I found something better than the Manix 2, but I haven't found it yet, especially the lightweight model. If I was going to pick one, for me, I would pick the lightweight, and I'm not sure if I would go with the one with the BD1 tool steel. I would probably get an upgraded steel. They do make a S110V lightweight, and then you know, different companies, like I said, this one's Knife Center, and you know, Blade HQ, I'm sure probably does from time to time, but they'll have exclusive models with, you know, different steels and everything. But if I was just gonna pick one, that's the one I would pick. But I like the Manix 2 so well that Blade HQ had this exclusive right here a few months ago, and I purchased this bad boy. This is the regular Manix 2 and M4 steel with JG10. And what, besides this M4 steel, what drew me to this knife is, can you see how well that is skeletonized? Look how much they cut out of there. And they got this one down to 4 ounces, which is awesome, which I think they ought to start doing with the regular one. But that is, look how much is cut out of there. See that in there? But I haven't even used this one yet. You can see it's not near as smooth closing and everything as the other two because it haven't been used. But awesome knife. You know, all of these are made in the USA, and Spyderco's Golden, Colorado factory, as you saw there on the blade. But very well made, very good design. This is Eric Glesser designed this one, and it seems like with a lot of Spydercos, they think about the ergonomics. Like, that's like one of the first things they think of, I believe, and they kind of design the knife around how it fits in your hand, and this is no exception. I mean, it's like they made this handle, it's like, make this as comfortable as you can, and then we'll put a blade on the end of it. I mean, and that's kind of what they did, because this thing, it's not the most aesthetic looking knife. I mean, it's kind of ugly, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of ugly, but it just performs so well. I just love it. It's kind of the ugly duckling, but it performs awesome, and one of my favorites. Y'all have a great evening. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, follow me on Instagram. Y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.